Energy Portfolio Standard to include appropriate upgrades to coal-fired generation facilities and for conversion to natural gas, very important. Work with PJM, the interconnecting operation in other states and PJM to request an expansion of reliability pricing model to offer greater certainty with regard to electricity pricing. And we will review and pilot new generation and efficiency technologies. That's the smart grid, so you can move things around easier. And when you can move things around easier, you cut your costs, it's greater reliability and more certainty for businesses and for the consumer. And we will assess federal impacts on future generation and transmission. We will also get into the business of electricity transmission and distribution, meeting the needs of industry and its customers. We'll review electronic transmission infrastructure in Ohio's shale region to ensure transmission and distribution are adequate. If we have it out there, we need to move it. We're going to make sure that we can move it and take advantage of that great resource that we have in the eastern part of the state. And the cogen speaks for itself. You know, we have a renewable standard. We're big supporters of wind and solar, demonstrated in our energy conference, the energy summit we had, I don't know, it wasn't even a year ago. And we believe in those activities and in those areas, but we also think it makes sense to make sure that you do everything you can to meet those standards without having to buy expensive out-of-state power and also to clean the environment. Why is this important here? Well, because you're generating this waste heat. It goes up into the environment. I mean, it's just simple stuff. It's going up, and now you can capture it. You can clean the environment and generate the ability for more power for the companies. They save money. The environment is cleaner, and we can meet our standards in a way in which we don't have to buy more expensive power. Vernon, that was a great idea you had. In all seriousness, it's a great one. We still have to move forward with cogeneration. But the capture of waste heat is just significant for environmental reasons, and frankly, there's an area where I do want to commend the environmental community for working with us so that we can include this in the energy standards. Workforce training. You've heard me say that this industry needs workers. I was just talking to Philip about what we need to do to get better engineers to work in this company. He's going to hire 10 engineers, and we don't want them to be foreigners. Those are people from Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. And we also want Ohioans to work in this industry, whether it's in this environmental control industry or whether it is in the industry of shale gas. But that requires job training, and it also requires our executives to start demanding more out of our universities and start getting our universities to produce the kind of workers that we need in Ohio to move us forward in the 21st century. I've talked a little bit about alternative fuels, compressed natural gas vehicles. We have now signed an agreement with other states to cooperate, because I'd like to think that within the next decade, many of us here today will be driving compressed natural gas vehicles. That's pretty cool. Anybody in here drive a regular vehicle and pay almost $4 for a gallon of gasoline, huh? We'll give you a chance to buy a compressed natural gas vehicle. And we're working with a lot of other states to get this done. I've already spoken to the CEO of Ford and one of the biggest decision makers at General Motors about the implications for that industry and doing more in our state. We are going to look at our fleet inside the state of Ohio, and we're going to work with private businesses that want to combine with us to build these natural gas compressing stations. They're expensive, you get a lot of people, you reduce the per unit cost, we can have a whole industry here. You know, if the federal government can't get it right, maybe we can get it right. Energy efficiency, boring subject, but we need to do it. We're going to improve state building efficiency. We're going to identify new efficiency technologies and programs, and we really need to review how we can work with the private sector to make sure that they begin to do this. Frank Sullivan has done this in part of his company. We want to lead in the state of Ohio and create greater energy efficiency. Why does this matter? I have to tell you, military decisions are made on the basis of our energy needs. And if the federal government can't get it together, maybe Ohio can get it together along with some other states to develop alternative sources of energy, including solar and wind, to capture waste heat, better smart grid to get this done, and also the use of compressed natural gas to get us off our petroleum fix. Because none of us want to continue to see us intervene militarily in parts of the world driven fundamentally by our energy needs. So this is really important that efficiency is what we call the fifth fuel. Coal, we got it here. We're the Saudi Arabia of coal. We want to dig it, clean it, and burn it. But we also want to capture coal. We want to do some sequestration of carbon. We want to drive everything we can because, as I've noted before, I do have a great concern about climate change. Don't know the extent of what it all is. Very concerned about China and India spewing all these gases into the environment. But it's a cause for concern. But we also are not going to wreck our economy and hide under the bed. So we've got to figure out some other ways to take advantage of what is an Ohio natural asset for us. So streamline and expedite environmental permits to make sure that we don't hold them up, but that we are cautious in what we do. All these things are, and you know what? Well, I'll make a couple observations.